Type 1 in the chat if you want to watch me play Jeffrey Eggstein. No, move on. Hi boys and girls. Today we're gonna watch a video about how all of the digital storefronts for video games are fake and happy. Or gay. It's a video about the inexorable avalanche of garbage games that has taken over Steam and other digital stores, and how we're all powerless to stop it.
All right, how quickly before I see a penis? All right, that's that was quick.
I want to play that.
Storefronts typically come in two flavors these days. One is a tyrannical corporate sterilized mess that feels more like a virus owned by credit card companies, and the other is just porn. And now listen, my brothers, I will analyze at a completely professional, clinical level. Are these games, in quotes, at least good though?
20 minutes later.
Penis.
Well, there is gameplay.
Battle dick.
Okay.
What game is that, dude? What game is that? What game is that? I need to know what game that is. I need to know what game that is so I can avoid it at all costs. I'm gonna need name, title, and ideally Steam link as well. If you can, if you may, if you please.
No, they're not at all.
Mein Führer, Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren.
Bro, if that happened to me, it'd be an honor. I will be honored. You wanna make a 40H game with me in it? You've got my permission. Just tell me about it so I can share it in my Discord. What is that? Delve into the mysterious atmosphere of 1940s Germany in the visual novel for Hitler 2. It's only got 159 reviews. That cannot be that bad.
So today I want to talk about something that has been bothering me. Gaming storefronts used to have at least some quality control. Now they're either gooner bait or bloated. We've traded quality and curation for endless quantity, and it shows. Most of the stuff in the top selling or top upcoming Steam games is riddled with AI slop.
What is this? NTRI. Swap meats?
Now this isn't your typical old lay good, new lay bad, or gaming is dying style video. Although walking into GameStop, standing there with a big smile on my face, only for my parents to point me towards the bargain bin.
I gotta tell you,
it was perfect.
It's a good thing my parents came in with me at that GameStop, because the guy there ended up being a pedophile. So, the more you know.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Rampage Total Destruction, Transformers the video game, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Those bargain bin games ended up getting a huge following later in life and are very well renowned now. And the 15 and under bins basically gave life to the licensed games craze when they actually pumped out a few bangers. But sadly, I've begun to notice things, signs in the environment. You see,
what the heck is this game? Series on the...
I don't even see the code anymore. My mind has been refined to pick out the slightest hint of AI trash. All I see is Asian stock booby models, obvious Mossad plants, low effort friend slop, and furry Hitler. The sequel. All hail Steam, Gaben, you are the messiah. Meanwhile, Steam is sharding out the most abysmal garbage known to man, because all an Indian needs is ChatGPT and $100 to slap this game on there. By the way, if you like NTR, you need to face the wall. It's gross, half the stuff that end up on here. Cozy cleaner? Cozy cleaner? Who is this for, fats? Women? Void slop. There you have a new slop word. You guys gotta sew your dig back on and play a real man's game like Jeffrey Eggstein?
What?
I dare you to right now go to Steam.
I wanna play that. Type 1 in the chat if you want to watch me play Jeffrey Eggstein. Dude, what is this video though? Like some of the language here is a little weird. I understand what he's saying though. Like he's saying that we used to have a lot of games that were bad, but their badness wasn't a problem. Like it was kind of like good in a way, you know, to have the bad game bit as he described it, with all the bad games in it, and still find some joy in those games. Whereas nowadays there's a flurry of vibe-coded garbage games reusing assets that are kind of there just to make a buck and don't have much soul put into them. They're kind of like a waste of money and time. That's roughly what he's saying.
And type in backrooms. Go do it right now. Go do it with me. This is what I'm talking about. This is just sewage. It's just endless sewage. Every day there's more and more. We got backrooms, 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 backrooms lost runners, backrooms anomaly, inside the backrooms. Daring today, aren't we? Backrooms wreck, backrooms extractions, backrooms apprehension, Benny's backrooms. Indie games are saving the industry, truly. Indie games are saving the industry. They're saving it. Look at
Dude, this frame is giving me brain damage. The more you watch, the more you look at this, the worse it gets.
this AI slop, dude. This is some of the fakest looking stuff. Let me make my heckin' AI romance game or whatever. Like, gosh.
Now that looks awful.
As an awakened toy? Oh my god. Having unrestricted internet access and the ability to put whatever you want on a storefront, that's saving gaming. It definitely is.
Alright, get lost, all of you. You're fired. Go on, scram. Get out of here, you moochers. That's right. Keep moving.
You know what? Yeah.
Check you stay.
Quality control on these
Tyrone
storefronts
versus cops too? What?
completely out of whack. Jeff at the Summer Games Fest was like, this is the most amount of games ever made, and my Molachian pack makes me age twice as fast, and I now have Mr. Beast eyes for the money. And you gotta ask, how many of these games are even good? Let me tell you, it ain't.
How many of them are even... Move on.
Big Dine and Dash. It ain't that. Emily has a problem, and it's not just a little one. A slice of life comedy featuring Emily coming to terms with becoming a Fuda and all that comes with it. When I did my next fest
Hey, let me the game about me.
stream, it hit me quick how sick and tired I was of indie games. Sure, are they better than what's coming
That's
out
just
now?
cause. 2 or 3.
Sorta. Wouldn't bet. Cutscene.
It's just a 40 Hitler game. I guess not. Idle.
Oh, we gotta. Oh.
You know what's kind of killing me right now? He just described the Unclean Waters game that I've been playing for the last couple of streams. Sorta, like, I think from a gameplay design and game design perspective, yes. But I will say, Unclean Waters, Wolf Maze, Vampire Mansion, those games have soul. They may be vibe-coded, reusing assets, not very high quality, but they do have soul. Some human out there try to make them the best they could. And you can say the same about a lot of sus games out there. Like sometimes people will add sus elements to a video game just so that it can sell more, but they will actually put time and effort into designing the systems and the difficulty scale and everything else. And it reminds you a little bit of like what a lot of like animation in Japan, like early animation had to do. They had to do the same. They had to essentially put in sus scenes and sus content so that the production would be economically viable. And like, I think it's an interesting thought that people think I have to do it because otherwise it's not going to sell. Like test indie games before they release it. I think it's impossible. I think the scale at which the market is evolved right now, like they could not do it. It'd be like saying the same for YouTube. Like humans must review every single piece of content. It's not gonna happen. It might happen once in a while, but by and large, it's gonna be automated. It's just like unfeasible. Like you cannot pay even People that are not paid, like even if you pay somebody that doesn't need much money, you're not gonna have enough people to do it. Like it's impossible. So they put stuff in that makes solid gameplay loop. The thing is, like sometimes there are games with solid gameplay loops, but they would have sold more if they had some sus in it, because all the gooners would have paid for them. I mean, that is the logic at least, okay? I'm not saying this is like a good strategy or anything, but I'm saying people do this on purpose. They add the sus elements in hopes that the project sells more and makes them money back. But it's not that they do it because they want the SaaS elements in there. They add them in as a measure to make the product more successful. Adding me on 2-hour requirement. The thing is, like, there's also a lot of slop that isn't even horny. Like, I don't think the horny factor is the main driving factor behind this movement. I think it is, I think it's just like the fact that anybody with $100 and a ChatGPT subscription can release a game in the span of a week, and it can be on Steam. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sus or not, you know what I mean? Like, it's the low quality. That's the real problem. Like, it's not the sus element itself. Like I was just saying, it's sometimes tacked on to the slop game so to increase the sales as a strategy. Plug.
It's like my Silent Hill, dude. It's like Silent Hill, dude. It's like Silent Hill.
Baby's
Are
first
they anywhere
Silent
near
Hill.
as good as anything in the PS3 era? Not even close. Most indie games have barely any original ideas. It's just the same thing over and
I love burgling gnomes.
over again. A lesser version of something that has already been done. Again, I hate saying this for the 1000th time. I'm only 23. I have only in the past 4 years started playing games from the past.
Hey, you! Give me the cafe password.
I'm
Cafe
loading you the password.
Bass, soprano.
Okay.
Bass, soprano.
This guy is only 23. I am so old. I am starting to feel like an actual cougar. You are almost 23.
Yeah, I grew up on Fortnite, Uncharted, The Last of Us, all that junk. When I started to not enjoy it, I thought, man, what if I really am outgrowing video games? What if it's not for me anymore? No, I was dead wrong. They are just all that bad. Modern gaming I have to thank for encouraging me to go back and play the classics because everything now is so profoundly pathetic. Hey Fred, give me a Silent Hill.
What was that? Hold on.
Classics because everything now is so profoundly pathetic.
What was the game? Marathon! Whatever. But listen, I think he's got a point. I think he's got a point when he says, older games are better, man. They were just better. I'm having a really hard time figuring out why that is. Because it doesn't actually make sense if you think about it. By all accounts, older games should not be as good as they are. Compared to modern, like, because there's no reason why we shouldn't be having better games than we used to in the past. I don't know, like, maybe it is just that a lot of the passion, a lot of the artistry, and a lot of the technical experience that went into making games in the past isn't retained by the modern generations. They just don't have the same drive, they don't have the same passion. Maybe it's just that too many good ideas have been done to death and there isn't a lot else left to explore. I don't know. I don't want to believe that people are less passionate about games, about making games nowadays than they were in the past. But there is kind of a question, okay, where does that drop in quality come from? Because I swear I feel this. As an aged, elder millennial gamer, I do feel like older games are better. Like, I don't want to play Fortnite. I don't get excited about the games announcements at E3 or Summer Game Fest, whatever we call it nowadays anymore. I don't like this. Maybe like 1 or 2 games that actually catch my eye nowadays. For the most part, I will be perfectly happy if no new games were ever invented and all we had to play was everything that has been released so far. I will still have enough good games, probably even enough good games that I haven't played yet to last me the rest of my life. And I'm kind of getting to a point where I don't even want to play new games anymore. I just want to stick to the classics, as this guy was saying. As this lovely 23-year-old child was saying just now. I don't know, I just think like a lot of the formulas are too streamlined nowadays. Like Dungeon Crawler, like this template for that. Card game a la Slay the Spire. There is a template for the shooter, there's a template for that, you know what I mean? Anyways, I want to believe that modern game devs and designers have just as much passion as the old ones used to. And just one is one of the best games of the time and its graphics are potato. Sure! I mean, you can say the same about like a lot of games from that time, like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, older Xbox games had their charm, don't they? Like Gears of War, Halo, come on. Modern games are on much shorter development cycles, with a preference for live service games, anytime to generate the profit instead of putting something cool out in the world. Yeah, I think there's definitely been a shift in the last like decade or so to service games, and but there are reasons for it. Those games genres are so successful. Look at any gacha game. Those games print money with the minimal investment. From a technical standpoint, like you have some basic, not even all that well designed gameplay loops, and as long as you can hook people in with the gambling aspect and the, I don't know what to call it, time sink aspect, where you require daily logins and a daily minimum activity to get some currency so they can roll their dice for their waifus eventually once a month or so. You know, you get people trapped in that loop rather than actually actively enjoying and engaging with the game. I think that's definitely one of the things though, yeah. Games as a service, like, it's been the death of everything I love in video games. Game studios are owned by companies that only care about their profits. I think it used to be the case in the past as well. It's just there was no model in the past, like 10, even 20 years ago for sure, but even 10 years ago, for games as a service models. Whereas nowadays, since the advent of mobile gacha slop, that's the standard. And Fortnite and World of Warcraft, those games helped it make a reality in the mainstream market as well. So I don't think it's that the companies and shareholders are evil. They've always been evil. It's just that they didn't have this way to be evil in the past. Like, it's not changed. That's not a new thing. Not a game is really intended to generate profits. That's why games that did with DLC, Season Pass, Battle Pass, Premium subscriptions. Of course, all those features, but they didn't used to be a thing. They're a new feature. They're a new evil. It's tragic to witness the movement from Oblivion Horse Armor DLC all the way to you will own nothing and like it. It's been a ride, truly. And it's funny to me how it all started with Todd Howard.
Fred, give me a Silent Hill game with extra PS2 graphics. PS2 graphics? And hold the pacing. And hold the pacing. And hold the horror. And hold the horror. Hey Jimmy, give me the Silent Hill with nothing.
Now you can have the best part of the without the.
Ah, wow, it's the Silent Hill 4 door. We are full of original ideas today.
We have completely lost quality over quantity. Somehow one of the most...
I love God of War, the original series. Oh, I love that so much. Dude, I remember sweaty as fuck summers spent in my underwear beating the hardest difficulty in God of War 1 and 2 on my PlayStation 2. I remember sweating my ass off on the edge of my bed playing this game on the PlayStation 2. What a good time, man. The worst thing in indie game is when a game gets really good, then dev stops development of it out of nowhere. Yeah, they cannot reasonably sustain themselves on the project anymore, and they are discouraged by the continuing, insurmountable, soul-crushing amount of failure they feel in the face of their best and bloodiest efforts, because they give up their own personal time spent with their loved ones, career opportunities for this, and work as hard as they can, and yet they're met with failure. And that's kind of like the hard reality. Like, I think it's the same for streamers. It's always a gamble. It's like that meme of the guy that is mining for diamonds, and then he stops short of reaching the diamonds. You never know where the diamonds are, if they're even there. It's always a gamble. So at some point, some people just give up because they got other things to do. Like maybe something happens. Maybe they need money all of a sudden.
We have completely lost quality over quantity. Somehow one of the most complex forms of media to create is now getting pumped out like it's easy. It's not like those bargain bin games. There was still a real bar to entry back then. They had to market, print disc, make boxes, commission art. Now it's an endless flood, always flowing out. Indie games are not saving the industry. They are, at best, trend hoppers, hacks, and most of the time the game never even releases. Speaking of box art, man, that really took a hit. The art actually got you invested. American box art usually gets the short end of the stick, mainly to appeal to the ball, gun, and carjacking audience. But that GameCube Resident Evil 4 cover, man, I wish I owned that one. The black and red tones, it's so nice. The alternate one is good, but not nearly as unsettling. Now, not all of it is good. You got Brink. Anybody remember Brink?
I remember.
Some of those arcade machines, man, when you go down to the beach.
Benjamin Netanyahu, grant me Ocean Hunter arcade machine with hood and slightly broken yellow shooter, and my foreskin is yours.
I understand.
Dude, that's the same joke that Seth made in his synthetic tube. That's the same joke. That's the same joke. That's the same joke. Shut up. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Netanyahu, destroy my enemies and my life is yours.
How the f does he come up with this shit, man? He's a genius.
And digital storefronts can't really have the tactile experience that physical had. Or could they? Emulators have been killing it lately with stylistic choices while staying clean.
Dude, I want one of these. These handheld consoles that I got a billion games and a billion systems on them. I want them so bad. I would play the out of this on the train when I travel for work.
Engineer. There could be a more refined version of Steam, something like Emulation Station. We have a carousel of boxes playing short snippets of gameplay as you scroll through. I love that. If you haven't modded your Steam Deck yet, you are seriously missing out, or you're just too dumb. Kind of reminds me of Steam skins. Remember when those were around? Customization really is what can improve digital storefronts.
Steam skins not a thing anymore.
Then make it ours digitally. That's the beauty of PC gaming. As much shit as people give it, you have the true freedom to make everything exactly how you like it, and to autistically spend hours changing every single cover in your Steam library. At least there are the fans. Those I still believe in. They deliver real ingenuity and creativity for free. That's the impressive part. It's all for free. As much as I doom, and yes, that's in the name, it's not all gloom. There is a bright side. The answer is simple. Play old games and create your own ecosystem to enrich it. Digital isn't going anywhere. It's not slowing down. It's actually speeding up. Physical stores and physical games just can't keep up anymore. And their downfall—
Bro, okay, with PlayStation announcing they're gonna stop physical discs. This video came out, what, a week ago or something? Pathetic.
It's getting sharper and sharper with the introduction of, oh god, Funko Pops. Some stores have branched out, becoming more than just game shops, turning into a hobby shop that still carry physical games. I think that's a smart balance and a good transition. If only the big online storefronts could do the same. They're often sterilized and straight up gooner bait now. Except you stay. Well, everybody, except you stay. Well, everybody, I apologize that this isn't the most well-edited video I've done. I think I say that at the end of every video, even the ones I'm proud of. But I appreciate all of you for sticking around. It's been quite shocking to see all the new people.
It's like the patrons.
Some of you are complete retards in the comment section. Anywho, I'm sorry for the delay on this one. I'll be back in action soon enough, I'm sure. Just got some health stuff dealing with. Thank you all for the wonderful members and all you've done for me. Have a wonderful day. Never doom. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye. I don't like this. Yeah, that's fine. It was a fun video. I don't think the thumbnail will hold much longer. It was something that lasted. Oh, it was like Giga Guna or something. Here before the thumbnail changes. What the f was the previous thumbnail, man? Like, that's not that bad. Oh, I think I know what it was. Yeah, but... Anyways, I like this video. This isn't bad. It was not bad at all. Very good. It's very nice. Look at me right now. You are getting very sleepy. You want to subscribe to my YouTube channel? You want to follow on Twitch? You want to follow on Twitter? You want to join the Discord?